questions that you've got. So I have received quite a few mortgage questions. So I'm live on TikTok and I'm live on my YouTube channel, both with the same name, the Mortgage Coach. So, if you've got any questions, jump on, but I will go through the questions I've been getting. Now, I've got quite a few people are getting their Section 125s, and that's great. And again, as I've said to everybody, if they want me to do their mortgage for them, by all means, DM me. I then give you my mobile number, you WhatsApp me, and we arrange an appointment. You can also go into my bio and book an appointment. If you do book an appointment in my bio, please attend, because it means that I've blocked out that slot for somebody. But if you just want to DM me with any questions or for my contact details, we can go from there. So that's number one. Number two is there is a certain issue at this moment in time, and what I've been hearing from people is that a lot of people are having are getting refused their right to buys. Now, that might sometimes be because you were in arrears with your payments or something like that. And all I can do is apologize. I mean, at the end of the day, I am a mortgage advisor. I do know a lot about right to buy and the application process. But when it comes to appealing and things like that, you either need to go to Citizens Advice or possibly go to a solicitor, and find out what your rights are. Obviously, you can speak to the housing departments and things like that. But when it comes to actual appeals, I can't really help. When it comes to you're not sure about the valuation, I always think that more information is better. So going to a estate agent, checking online, maybe even checking out a surveyor to find out if it can get valued, and you can get that information, and then you can decide whether you want to go to a district valuer or not. Now, I'm going to be going through a few questions here. As you know, on TikTok, you will get the highlights. If you want the full recording of this, please go onto my YouTube channel, because this is live there as well, and you will get the full recording. And as I always say, follow, subscribe, and you'll get access to my videos and when I go live, and all the advice and everything that I give for free. Now, the next question I wanted to talk about is how you should be checking your Section 125. Now, over the past couple of days, a lot more people are getting their Section 125s. Yes, you can ask a question. Just put it in the comment and I will do my best to reply. If it's a personal question, just DM me. Now, what I was going to say, Section 125. Now, double check who the Section 125 is for, because obviously that has an important thing. Not everybody is 100% sure that they filled out the form correctly. So once you get your Section 125, you can then find out whether you have who has received the offer. The next thing I would want to say is, how does I have a house, how does the cost floor work? That normally is in the Section 125, so I'd need to see your individual Section 125 to figure out what your floor cost is. But each council works out the floor cost when they're going with it, and that is that. You're on the old discount. Yeah, I'd literally need to see the Section 125 to see, because I've been in situations where someone has the valuation, they've got the full discount, but they still haven't got the offer that is the market value less the discount. They have actually had a different offer. So basically what the purchase price is, which is the market value less the discount, they haven't got that. They've got what's called an offer price, and that is all based around the floor cost, and it's based around some other elements. So basically the council is slightly going back, and once you get the Section 125, and as I said, you're interested in me doing the mortgage for you, by all means DM me, direct message me, and we will arrange. I normally give my contact details, my WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp message me and we can arrange a call, or again go you first need to check that it's got the right address. The next thing is who is on the offer, because obviously that makes a difference when you're applying for a mortgage. The next thing you need to look at is the market value. Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? At the end of the day, if it's there or thereabouts and you're getting the maximum discount, sometimes it's not price, but they could also increase it. And whatever by the way, within that time, I would recommend, you get someone to work out your affordability, whether it's me or whatever. You get someone to check what your mortgage options are and things like that. But you do not have to, do the mortgage, get your mortgage offer complete, extensions after that, as I mentioned, the 56 days. The next thing I wanted to mention is there is a right to buy joint borrower sole proprietor, and how that works. And I'm going through, I've got a few clients that I'm doing it for now, is say Mr. and Mrs. are on the Section 125 and they're the tenants and they live there, and then their mum or dad or their children, adult children, have income, but they don't actually live with them, or they do live with them, but they're not on the tenancy and they're not on the Section 125. There is a lender. There might be a couple, but so far I've only found one who is willing to do a mortgage for all parties involved, and but on the deed, i.e. who is buying the property, will be on the actual deed, and who is on for affordability will be on the mortgage. Now, I'll be completely transparent, you do need to double check that the council will allow it, but the councils that we've spoken to so far have said that they didn't even know that there was such a mortgage, and as far as they're concerned, they haven't got a policy against it. So you need to double check. Some may say no, but what you need to ask them is there a specific policy that says you cannot do that? Because as far as I'm concerned, when you're buying a property, you are buying your council property, even though the mortgage affordability is for more than you. If the deed, i.e. who is buying it, is the same name as the Section 125, they shouldn't have a problem with it. So even if they initially say no, you can go back and argue your point, because at the end of the day, the person on the Section 125 is the one buying it. It's irrelevant really who's on the mortgage as far as I'm concerned. The other thing is there are quite a few applicants who say their parents are in their 60s or even 70s and they're in their 20s or their 30s. You can go on a mortgage with your parents who are in their 60s if their income is low or not non-existent, and you have enough affordability on your own. What I can do is I can do a mortgage for both of you, but we can say to the lender, because we're not using the thing you can actually do is with 68 you're limited on the term, but with the 28 they could actually get a 40-year mortgage and still be up to retirement age, right? So I'm actually able to get a mortgage for 40 years because we're not using the 68-year-old's income. So hopefully that is really, really good. As I said to you before, I'm live on YouTube and I'm live on TikTok. TikTok you'll get a few highlights, YouTube you'll get the full recording. So by all means go to my YouTube channel. I'd appreciate the support and subscribing, and obviously the following on TikTok. And as you know, I'm a mortgage advisor and I give mortgage advice, and I also give financial coaching. So I'm here to help if you need help improving your credit, if you need advice on whether you can put a deposit, so put cash on top of the right to buy discount. If you're a first-time buyer and you want to know how that works, if you're interested in shared ownership and possibly staircasing, I do all first-time buyer mortgages. So I do, as I mentioned, joint borrower sole proprietor. So that's when joint borrowing, more than one person is borrowing, but sole proprietor, maybe only one or two. So maybe 3 up to 4 people are on the mortgage, and maybe 1 or 2 people are actually buying it. So that is a scenario. If you're not sure whether this will work for a right to buy or just a standard first time buyer, and you need to know more information because your case is unique, DM me and I will happily give you my contact details. We can arrange a call and we can go from there. So I hope that makes sense. I've received the letter. It says 3 months from the date, but it also says, right, by all means, please DM me. And I will give you my email. You can send me your offer letter, section 125, and I will go through it with you and I will explain it to you. That's not a problem. A couple of people saying hi, hello to you back. Thank you very much. We may have issue 2 more notice days. What does that mean? Yeah, I'll need to see your documents. So if you're not 100% sure and you're not getting what I'm saying right, so what the bog standard is, you do, and this is obviously for right to buy, that's what the majority of people are asking me about. But as I said, I help first time buyers. I also do shared ownership, but specifically for right to buy. What should happen is, you apply for the right to buy. So that's the RTB1. They acknowledge that they've received the RTB1 by giving you the RTB2. Then a valuer comes, maybe have an interview, depending on the council. And then once all of that's done, then you get your offer notice. If it hasn't followed that process, please DM me and we can talk about your case on a case-by-case basis, because it's very difficult to answer it here because I'm not 100% sure what you're asking. I need to see the paperwork and then I can give it a definitive answer. When do you start looking for a solicitor, before or after the mortgage? Now, basically, I have solicitors that I already work with. So if you do DM me and we start working together, then I would recommend a solicitor. What I tend to do is, once I've found the right lender, that's when I recommend the solicitor, because basically the way it works is each solicitor is on a panel. They're not always on all the panels. Like, for example, I'm working with someone at the moment, they've already instructed their solicitor, but their solicitor doesn't have access to a couple of lenders that I do have access to. So now when I'm sourcing and trying to find the right mortgage for them, I've got to limit it to certain lenders, limit it by lenders, because this solicitor isn't allowed to work with certain lenders when I am. So it's reducing, how many lenders, because at the end of the day, I'm directly authorized, which means I have access to all the high street lenders. So that's all the banks, all the building societies. And if you've got a lot of adverse, so low or bad credit, then I also like CCJs, bankruptcy, any of that stuff. There are lenders out there, depending on your circumstances and your affordability, that you could possibly get a mortgage. But if your solicitor, conveyancer is a property solicitor, by the way, if they are not able to access that lender, then it means I can't go ahead and recommend that mortgage because I have to wait. So that's why I always do it the other way round. What I do first is I find the lender that works with your affordability, because different lenders will lend you different amounts of money. That's another thing to be aware of. Not only, it's not straight, oh, I'm on 50k, I can have 5 times that for 250,000. It doesn't work like that. They look at your affordability profile. So they look at your credit, they look at credit cards, loans, things like that. But they also have a mechanism in the back where they do cost of living and things like that, but they all get their information from different sources. So I could run an affordability on, say, 47 lenders, and maybe 5 of them would have the same amount, and then another 5 would have a different amount, and 1 would have a different amount. And it does vary in a nutshell. Affordability, etc. The quicker, the sooner I could say, yes, I have a conveyancer solicitor that I can recommend. The reason why I also like to work with the solicitors I've recommended is because if I get to get it through for exchange completion, if I, even though, you know, I've done the mortgage application, you've got the mortgage offer, I don't say bye, good luck. I still want to help you till you are first time buyer, you've holding, they need that level of attention, which I'm more than happy to do. I'm still waiting to hear back from the council regarding the offer. It's now been 3 months. Okay, if it has been that long, you can do an RTB6, and basically that's you saying that since the RTB1 you have not received an RTB2 and you want a response. So they have to give you a response. Either they may just send you an email saying there's a backlog, but they need to confirm that they've received your application. So by all means, you can go on the government website, you can go Google RTB6 and get a copy, fill it out and send it off. You should be able to do it reasonably quickly, and it should be all good. How long till they value the property? Yeah, how long's a piece of string? Each council's different. I know some people that didn't even get a proper valuation. They just got a call and someone said, is it average condition? They did a database thing because they're trying to rush everybody through, so they didn't want to waste time with valuations. Other people hired estate agents to do valuations. Other people were doing it themselves. So each council is different. So it could be a few weeks from the when you applied, or it could be a few months. I mean, based on the fact that the majority of people that have been watching this applied in November at the latest, some did sort of October, means that you've waited a while now. So I would be sending emails, ringing up the housing department and asking them when this is going to happen. If a mortgage advisor has organised that lender for you, by all means get in touch with them. They should be able to resolve it. If you've gone direct, then you need to contact the lender and explain to them. Do screenshots of what valuation you asked for. There are 3 types of valuations. There's the bog standard. Sorry, there are 3 types of surveys. The valuation is just a bog standard. Then you've got the home buyers, and then you've got the full structural. So depending on what you are for, depending on whether you went direct or went for a mortgage advisor, you know, you need to sort of weigh it up. If you do need my help, you can always DM me. That's not a problem. If you're not happy with the value, can you get your own valuation? It's with the council. Yes, you can. What I'd recommend is you get your own valuation before you bring in the district valuer, just to see roughly how this is playing out. Is it going to be dramatically higher? Is it going to be dramatically lower? I was talking to one of my clients about this yesterday, and one of my clients was buying in Zone 1, London, and they had their property valued for 30,000 less than what the council had valued it. And when they tried to appeal, the council said to them, you're getting 136,000 already. We're not going to give you an extra 30. So you either accept that we've valued it different to what you want and you're having 100% of the discount, or you don't. It's up to you. But they didn't put it on hold for them to dispute it out. They literally said, it's up to you. If your 12 weeks run out while you're arguing with us, then you've lost your discount. It's really up to you. So yeah, councils,